you're losing your most precious resource in New Jersey and New York. And you know what that precious resource is? Your people, your citizens, your businesses, and the money that they spend.
Unleash Prosperity is leading a billboard campaign in New York and New Jersey, urging the blue states to change economic policies or risk losing more wealth, power, and people to Republican-led states. Take a look at some of these numbers. The biggest blue states have lost millions of residents since 2012, but it's not just people themselves. New York, California, Illinois, New Jersey have seen hundreds of billions of dollars leave their states. And what Steve Moore is saying also is that this was not just a COVID pandemic phenomenon, that they've been tracking things over the last 10 years or so, but also that this isn't just about economy. This isn't like I'm a disgruntled New Yorker that goes to Florida because I don't want to pay state income tax or city income tax. It's also about ideology, Lou, and so that there's something more here that's going to lead to this further polarization of states in America.
Yeah, I think it's ideology. It's also quality of life, too. I mean, it doesn't stink to move down to the Florida coast and be on the water versus the cold winters here. I think it's interesting. I think you're going to see this happen. We know it plays out in states like Maryland, and we showed the numbers here, too. But remember when Governor Rick Perry, the governor of Texas, was going to California for the sole reason to court businesses to come to Texas? I think you're going to start seeing that happen, too, in the wake of a Montana.
He doesn't have to
victory.
do that anymore.
No. No, they're going. But like a state like Tennessee is going to, Nashville is now a bustling city, a booming metropolis that is now no state income tax. Overwhelmed. I just moved from there a few years ago, and you're going to see that more, and it's more being proactive as opposed to reactive.
Can I just make a quick point here?
While you make the point, I want to pull up a full screen of where the Americans are leaving the most, because I think this is important.
Don't tell me it's New York.
New York is the highest, 1.7 million. California,
it's going to get higher in a few weeks.
1.6 million. Illinois, less 881,000. New Jersey, only minus 350,000.
That's it, huh?
Sorry, Jerry, go ahead.
Do we have the opposite full screen where they're going?
Florida, Texas.
Florida, Texas, Tennessee. There's some Nevada.
Here it is. Florida, Texas, North Carolina, my birth state, Arizona, South Carolina. And this makes my point. My point is this, is the American South is in total resurgence. The economies there are kicking over. They're doing incredibly well. They're amassing people. They're amassing fortunes. They're amassing economic energy, businesses. And I am, for one, I'm glad to see
And they're not turning blue. You notice this?
I think that's right.
That is, this is, everybody thought Texas would turn blue because of all these, it's just the opposite. Everybody wants the free market that you get from in red state America. It's fascinating. You know, at one point, one of Andrew Cuomo's problems with the mayoral election is he can't talk around his last term and a half as governor. He raised taxes, right? He said it was temporary. Then Hochul turned around, the current governor, and kept them permanent. This is why people are leaving. It's Phil Murphy building windmills and creating the highest energy bills in the country. It's really sick.
You know, you made the point about Texas not turning blue. Can I tell you why, though? They're being so smart right now. So Texas right now is considering legislation basically to make it like constitutional, so they can't have a capital gains tax and a state tax or any financial transaction taxes or taxes on financial employees. So what Texas is doing is insulating itself from all the garbage it might get from blue state people moving there. And they're basically doing what Rick Perry was doing.
And
it's just saying, come here, this is the best place in
and
this
they have
country.
a stock exchange.
Yes,
That's why they're doing it.
Look what Florida is doing, though, too. They're trying to get rid of property tax. So to Charlie's point, it's not just the income taxes that kept escalating and creeping higher. It was the indirect taxes, like rising electricity prices, rising property taxes, that you control that creep and you keep people there.
You can't tell me that 1.7 million number from New York isn't going to increase if we get a communist mayor that comes to town, whether or not
Who's that? Who could that be?
Implement policy or not. Just the thought of it, the idea of it.
Who's that? What's his name?
You haven't heard about this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but but here's the thing. Like, this is the genius of America. I think this is the thing. You actually have to celebrate this. Federalism was genius.
Yeah.
If a state screws itself up, America created the possibility that another state could point it out in a major way and people could go there. That's our secret weapon. Canada doesn't have that secret weapon. Europe doesn't really use that secret weapon. We have it.
It's too bad for us because you and I are stuck here.
Presently, yes.
There's always New Jersey.
I grew up in New Jersey.
Particularly if Phil,
Chitterelli won.
Chitterelli won.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of, you are reporting that insider trading allegations are hurting Mike Sherrill's chances for the race for New Jersey governor. What can you tell us? Because I saw her say, I don't know, I got to find out.
So just, they're not, she's not guilty of insider trading. Trust me, I know a lot about insider trading on material, non-public information that you misappropriate from a third party, or the classic stuff that you're the CEO that steals the information. Remember, that information belongs to shareholders. This is under the Stock Act, which essentially says you stole information from the American people on a private briefing about COVID. But again, information's fungible. A lot of that private briefing stuff was found on the internet. None of these people are guilty of insider trading, but it looks so bad. And, what are you doing? If you're in Congress, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Trading stocks.
That's the point.
I mean, you're not a day trader. And she can't answer that question. Citarelli is killing her on this. They believe, I spoke with the Citarelli campaign, did not give me the story. I wrote a big column about this and kind of the sleazier aspects. There are some sleazy aspects of how she explained it. If you read the column to unpack it all, I talked to the Citarelli campaign afterwards. They believe that they are ahead right now. Yep. Now, whether this lasts, whether it's a blip in the polling, but they believe they're ahead because the polls show her up by like 3. Yep. It's in the margin of error. When she was up, when Phil Murphy was up by 3 against him, it was really quite dead even.
Yeah.
So they think they got this.
All right.
Well, but that's a great question. What is the takeaway if he wins? We know Mamdani has a very good chance of winning, but if New Jersey turns
you guys should move to Jersey. What the hell are you doing?
I grew up there. I can go back.
Jersey has more of a track record of having.
They have good Italian restaurants.
Governors.
So you
They have super high tax.
Well, he's
Super
gonna
high
this
tax.
narrowing
cut the
is-
taxes and the energy cost. The energy cost is also killing them because Murphy
That's
built.
because they went too renewable. They have 10%
I mean,
power.
I don't understand Phil Murphy. He worked at Goldman. You're supposed to be smart. He thinks if he's going to build
Corzine or any of them.
he thinks he's going to build a bunch of windmills and that's going to like take energy prices down. I mean, that's so stupid.
It's the agenda. It's the Democrat agenda. And actually, I just think New Jersey voters have shown track record-wise that they're more sensible. They're willing to go.
They're moving
They
towards.
move back and forth when
Trump got 44% of the vote.
Yeah.